Hi guys, welcome back. If it's your first time here, then hi, my name is Becca. I am filming an impromptu video today because I told you guys in my last video I placed an order for Rabanne Beauty at Ulta. I think it's an Ulta exclusive, and I just got the order in yesterday. I swatched the eyeshadows that I ordered and I played around with the textures a little bit, but I haven't used them on my face, so I thought I would film a first impressions, show you what they look like, all that jazz. I'm kind of liking these shorter format videos. Obviously, I love my long videos, but I don't always have time to film them, and you don't always have time to watch them, which I totally get. So I thought I would sort of mix it up and be able to get out more content with these like shorter bits. So let me know what you think about that format mix up. The long videos are still happening. They're just happening maybe like once a week or every 2 weeks with shorter videos in between. So that's a little channel update. Let me tell you what I got. So I ordered 4 things. They came in this huge box, and of course one of them arrived broken. A little bit about Rabanne Beauty. So I think this used to be, or they used to have makeup. They've had fragrance forever, but they've basically revamped and relaunched the line. And I was really surprised at the price points of Rabanne Beauty. They have like a full range of products. They have mascaras, eyeshadows, lipsticks, a few different things, kind of a minimal line for now. So I just grabbed a couple of things to see what interested me the most. And actually something that surprised me was the price point of this. Obviously, Rabanne is a heritage designer brand, so I thought it was going to be at a higher luxury price point, but they're actually kind of in that mid-range, which I think is very, very smart. I've already unboxed everything, so I'll show you the boxes and the packaging. The first thing that I grabbed was the Euphoria handbag palette, and this is an eyeshadow quad, and it is $38, which again is a really good price point. This was the one that arrived damaged. I've already opened it, so you can just see. I don't want to tip it over, but this is what the product looks like. It comes in this beautiful silver shiny packaging. This is a quad with 2 glitters, a sort of satin shade, satin metallic, and then a true matte powder. That's what that looks like. And this is the branding. You've got the logo right there. I already have handprints on it, go figure. I also grabbed an Euphoria mini palette in the shade All Lights on Me. And these are really interesting because there's a lot of textural variation, and you see that kind of with sets of metallics, sets of mattes, sets of shimmers. You get a little mirror up here. The top shade is an eye gloss, and then the bottom shade is this beautiful wet looking metallic. So I basically paid $22 for a single eyeshadow. But that's how much the Urban Decay single shadows are, like Space Cowboy. And then I picked up the Love Balm, what is this? It's their glowy tinted lip balm. Moisturizing and smoothing for pure softness. So this is the box. And then the packaging is really cute. So you've got this metallic ombre tube, goes from shiny to matte, and then it says Rabanne here. And then you've got the logo embossed on the tube itself. I actually haven't swatched this yet, and it's not a clicky uppy thing. You can squeeze up and squeeze down. I was just really intrigued by this berry shade. So let me give you swatches. Oh, I also grabbed a restock of the Chanel Water Fresh tint. This time I picked up light medium instead of medium because I am at my palest ever right now. I did just use the Fenty concealer, which I just reviewed, Chantecaille bronzer, and then the Lawless brow wax, which I'm back on. It's really good. Okay, back to this. It's inspired by the different fabric finishes. There is a matte leather, metal foil, sparkle luster, and gloss vinyl. I'm definitely gonna have to exchange this because I've even tried pressing them back in, which I don't mind doing, but it's totally not usable. Ulta honestly is so hit or miss with shipping. I swear there was one inflated plastic baggie in that huge box that I showed you. This is the top shade, and it's a metal called Chic. This one really surprised me because it has a duochrome in it. There's a bit of gold Let me layer that up. So it's like a gold with this bright pink shift to it. Not a ton of base pigment. Same with this next shade. It's called Stylish, and they call this a sparkle finish. And in the pan, it looks really blue, but on the hand, it's just kind of this like icy, slight blue sheen. The blue is a little bit more visible in person than on camera at certain angles, but it's much more sheer than I was expecting. Still very pretty. It's giving like Ice Princess. This next shade really surprised me. It's called Voguish, and they call this a metal. In the pan, it looks more satiny, but this is super, super creamy, very complex. Like the base tone of this is a warm brown, but the pigment that's kind of on top is this really smooth, grungy purple, like a plummy purple. It's a very interesting color. I think it'll be a really cool, like one and done smoky eye. And then the last shade is called Uptown, and it's a matte. And this is actually very, very soft. I have to build it up like this because I can't see what I'm doing because it's so sheer. Okay, so that's that like peachy camel tone. So that is the quad. What I can say about this color story is that it's soft. It's soft but sophisticated. It does, especially in person, have these really beautiful twinkles, this elevated shimmer and shine. It's not like the most pigmented, impactful eyeshadow formula, but I think I like that, and I like the buildability of this. It definitely goes from like shiniest to matte. This is the one I'm really excited about. They call this shade, this bottom shade, Neutral Flash, and it's a sparkle. It does have a quite like crumbly texture. There's a lot of micro glitters suspended in this formula, but it has a creaminess and a slight oiliness too, in that you can feel like the binders. But as I'm swatching it, I can definitely like feel the formula moving, if you will. So this is the most incredible, glossy, wet looking eyeshadow. It has almost no base pigment, truly. Like at certain angles on the hand, it doesn't look like I have anything on, but then when I turn to the side, you can see it has a very sheer neutral pigment. It's more that this is a delivery system for this gorgeous, wet looking sheen. So this is like a gloss, but it's a balm, and it's just clear. It's actually quite stiff. It does melt to touch. So I'm gonna show you what that looks like. There's a bit of shine there, you see, but it's actually, like I mentioned, it's a stiff shine. It's not like a very glossy, like it's not like a lip gloss, I should say. It's like a solid balm. Okay, so here's the gloss balm. And everything does stick to it. It's a really good base for the eyeshadow, but it's almost like it makes the eyeshadow more satin and pearlized versus glittery. These are very, very subtle differences, but I just want to be as specific as I can as I'm telling you about them. Ooh, interesting. I just read the instructions on how to use, and they actually say apply the matte or luster finish, then apply metal or glossy finish to highlight the inner corner or the center of the lid. Let's swatch the gloss on top of the glitter. Does that look different? It actually does look more wet. It doesn't pick up, as long as you use a little bit, it doesn't pick up too much of the eyeshadow. The eyeshadow also really like sticks and sort of melts onto your hand as you apply it. So it definitely does look glossier. And then here's a swatch of this. While we're swatching, say goodbye to the beautiful logo. This color, I forgot if I said, is called Bloody Kiss 068. I feel like this is their take on like the Dior lip glows. Really pretty, berry toned, and then I do think it's gonna be buildable. This is just like an oddly satisfying thing. So obviously the logo goes across the tube. When you click it in place, it kind of has like a little mechanism where you can feel the click. and that's satisfying. All right, let's go into eyes. I have not primed. I just put some concealer over my eyes. Let me actually do a little powder just so we're off to a good start. So this is the Fenty Invisimatte powder. I'm just going to lightly powder. All right, I have to go into all lights on me. I'm working my finger in. Okay, here we go. Ooh. Oh my God, it's so pretty. It's actually even more silver on my eyes, and that makes sense because I have a warmer skin tone. So you're gonna see the silver pop more. And I'm just gonna take it like all the way up across my eyes. I definitely think applying with fingers, by the way, is the way to go because you kind of want to like press the formula. That's it. For me, it's a one and done shadow. Like, I love the effortlessness of it. I love that you can't really tell where the shadow begins and ends, especially around the edges. It really was just that 1 or 2 swipes of color and then blending it out up towards the brow bone. Okay, let's try the gloss. I'm nervous. I don't know why. I just don't like eyeglosses. I'm gonna take a clean finger. Just gonna tap it on. I don't want to ruin it. Here we go. It did pick up some of that shadow where I applied it pretty thick. No, I can definitely see a line where like I picked it up. Like you can see my fingerprint like right there. Okay, that's not my favorite. I'm just gonna call it now. I like what I like and I don't like what I don't like. But they do have these glosses in pigmented versions. Like they have colorful glosses, which I think could be interesting for like an editorial look, but that's not really practical for me, realistically. I'm just gonna leave that as is because I don't wanna mess with it too much. Okay, let's go into the quad. I'm gonna take my What's Up Beauty R104 into the matte. I do wanna show you the matte has completely like lifted out of the pan. Like if I tip it over, it will fall out. But it has a powderiness to it. There's definitely like kick up, and just kind of apply this generously to sculpt the eye a little bit. And then I'm gonna take a smaller brush into this deeper shade, the deepest shade, and just smoke out the outer corner. I think applied with the brush, you're gonna get more of a very light base tone. I think with this kind of formula, you really need to apply it with fingers to get that shine to pick up. See what I mean? That shine right there, you really need a brush, or you really need fingers to kind of press it into the skin. Otherwise, that texture just kind of sweeps away. I just want to use this to accent today, so I'm going to use the brush. But if you want the full impact of that shade, you definitely need fingers. I'll use this glitter all over the lid. Maybe I'll go for the blue, actually. This sparkle has it definitely is still textured, but it has a lot less like powderiness, a lot less flakiness, I should say, than this shade. You definitely need to build it up to see the blue color, but you can see it more now that I'm building it up on my eyelid, right? I like never wear this color, but I kind of like it. I'm gonna take a small brush and I'm gonna use this on the inner corner, like that. And I think you can see the pink, or I can see the pink. I don't know if you can see the pink, but I can definitely see it. And then maybe blend out the edges a little more with this matte so I can bring that warmth back in. I'm not gonna finish off with mascara yet because I wanna try the lip first, and I'm gonna switch back to, I think, just this shade all across the eye. But let's go into the lip balm without a lip liner. It seems to be unscented. Ooh, that's really pretty. Ooh, it's like a berry but it has some warmth to it. I wasn't expecting that. But I like the waxiness to it. Like it's not like a creamy, melty balm. And I think that actually will help with longer wear. And of course I'm layering it and getting more depth as well. Oh, I really, really like that tone. I don't know, like in the tube, you think it's gonna be this really cool toned berry, but it has a warmth that's coming through and I'm really liking this. Let me even out my makeup to come back and finish out this video. Oh, it's just so pretty. I also have to mention that the duo that I'm wearing now gave me no fallout during application, whereas the glitter from the quad, what's it called? The metal shade. That one did give me quite a bit of fallout. It's a very flaky shadow. Gosh, I really love the way this lip balm is wearing. I will be totally honest, I bought the lip balm just to round out the review. I was kind of like, I want to review one more category. I don't go for a lot of matte lipsticks lately. That's their other lip category that they have. So I just kind of randomly ended up picking up this lip balm, but I like it. It's not streaking or like gathering in lip lines. It's not the most shiny, but I kind of like that. It's like a blotted stain. I love the freshness of the eyes, like the glossy wet look across the eyes with a sheer translucent like bitten lip sort of look. So final thoughts. I love the shadow in this duo. I think if you want to sample the brand, you want to dip a toe in, this is the way to go. The gloss, I'm gonna have to play around with, but I actually am liking the way that it looked when layered on top of the glitter, just in a very, very, very minimal amount, kind of smushing them together across the lid, and it's actually not creasing. I applied this eye like 30 minutes ago now, and it's not creasing. And I just love the sheer shine of this. It's so beautiful. It's gonna look beautiful on a lot of different skin tones. Sorry, Smidge is hungry. She's asking for lunch. The quad, I think I will get a replacement. I wish this formula, this sparkle formula, were the same as this sparkle formula. There is some discrepancy across the formulas, but I do like the color story, and I think at $38, it makes sense. If this were double the price, or if this were the cost of like a Tom Ford quad, I think I would be disappointed by the lack of pigment and the lack of like specialness, but it's still really beautiful. And I think you can create warm toned looks, cool tone looks, something together. You can make it more dramatic. There is a bit of versatility in here. And the lip balm is such a hit. I mean, the second I put it on, you guys saw me, I love the tone. I think I like that there's like a warmth and like almost a golden undertone to this berry coming through. Maybe it's from my natural lip color, but it's not moving around, it's not sliding around. And this shade especially is really pretty. I think it's going to be flattering on a lot of different tones as well. If you like the Clinique Black Honey thing, you'll like this. I may take a peek at a few more Rabanne pieces. If you're curious to see that, let me know. Mostly I want to pick up a couple of more duos. I think that's the fun thing in this. Not a lot of brands do eyeshadow duos, and obviously it's $22, it's $11 per shadow. But it's a fun way to mix and match different color stories if you want just like a pop of color while still having this luxury experience and this beautiful packaging. I think that's the way to go. So I may do that at some point in the future. We'll see. If you've tried these, let me know what you think. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments. If it's your first time, I hope you'll subscribe. I'm gonna go feed Smidge now, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!